Hey, Forever Firefly fam, it is the next day. It is a Saturday morning, and Ruth and I decided to get up and investigate the slave trail here in Richmond, Virginia. People have been telling us about the slave trail. I don't know if it's just a trail that you walk, where the slaves, when they got off the boats in the waterway, which is right over here. I might get a couple of shots for you. And then they walked, I guess, to the auctioning block or the slave pen. But we're gonna try to figure out where this is. But I think we're on the slave trade now. It's just a trail, the slave trail, slave trail. So we're trying to figure out, and I think Ruth went ahead, so I'm trying to figure out where she went.
I don't know how long this walk
Oh,
is.
you don't know how long it is.
Looks like it's long.
And they probably took them into where town and sold them, or
Yeah.
some kind of pen, slave pen,
Yeah.
probably.
Many slaves were shipped on to New Orleans and to other deep South port. The trail follows the footsteps of those who remained here and crossed the James River, often chained together in a coffle. Once reaching the northern riverbank, the trail then follows the route through the slave markets and auction houses of Richmond, beside the Reconciliation statue commemorating the international triangular slave trade, and on to the site of the notorious Lumpkins Slave Jail. We should find that.
Try to find that too. Lumpkins Slave, the
Slave Jail.
Slave Jail. Okay. All right. So we're on what they call the Richmond Slave Trail.
Oh, this is telling you this is a long walk, because this is a 25-minute walk
Okay.
through here.
Okay.
And then it's another 20-minute walk,
So that's an hour.
and then you got a 15-minute walk here,
Okay.
and then another 35-minute walk.
So it's about an hour and a half, 2 hours,
Mm-hmm.
something like that. Okay. So this is okay. So this is the waterway, I guess, Ruth.
Right. I'll have to look up and see the actual number of enslaved that came through here and through South Carolina.
Yeah. That'd be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So can you guys imagine? I can't even imagine what they were experiencing. First and foremost, I don't know how long did it take to even get here on the boat across the Atlantic? Months. And then they're bringing you somewhere, you don't know where you're going. You're chained up. I mean, that's just has to be horrible. And that's why I tell our people, we got it made. As much as we try to complain about what we don't have and all that, compared to what our ancestors had, we got it made. And we got to go get it out the mud. Nobody's going to give us anything. We got to take it. And you all saw the museum exhibit that we showed you guys. And just like Ruth was explaining, and I can't think of her name, Ruth, the lady that modified the ironing board to make it what it is today, and how she modified the ironing board to make it work for her. Well, it's kind of like this is what we have to do today, Ruth. Mm-hmm. We have to figure out, okay, how can we as people make it and use our ingenuity. They use ingenuity to get things done. We just have to do it for today. And sometimes I think, the easier life is, we tend to not use our brain as much.
Sometimes. Mm-hmm.
You know, when you have the creature comforts and everything's comfortable, you typically don't, because you're okay. But like our ancestors, they were not okay, of course. They were under strenuous pressure and pain and stress. So they had to figure things out. And sometimes I wondered, pain, a lot of good things have come out of pain. I don't know, I want to challenge some of our young adults. you guys can come up with new things, new ideas, new technologies, new engineering feats, like some of our ancestors did. All right, many of you seen this before. You might have seen it online. This is that same picture that you see online a lot of a slave ship and slaves here. Okay.
Get this part, how to show how they were laying.
Mm-hmm.
So they only had like 23 inches.
Wow. Well, above their head.
What's hope? Yeah.
So this is how they were resting in the slave court, in the bottom of the boats and things.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, this is a part of the pathway that our ancestors, many of our ancestors, walked through this area. Just wanted to show you guys. We're not going to walk the whole trail. We're going to try to find the slave pen, or what they call the slave jail, to get some shots of that also. I think it's called Lumpkins.
Yeah. I'm just trying to get a feel for, I mean, I know I can't get a feel for what they felt, but just like think like what was going through their mind, like, you know, they made it across the Atlantic.
They didn't know where they were going.
You're naked, you're
chained,
carrying dead babies. As a woman, what if you're menstruating? You don't have nothing. You're beat already, starving.
Concerning the young adults and young people and teens, guys, you got to recognize when the odds are against us as a people, that's actually when we're at our best. I'm not saying we should be depressed or pushed down and beaten and abused to pull out our best. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you feel like the odds are against you, this is the time to rise. Our ancestors did it. Everything I've done in my life that's significant, to be honest, came out of the mud. Nobody gave me anything. From a house to the church, all out the mud. Nobody gave us anything. So stop sitting back thinking somebody's gonna come and rescue you. It ain't gonna, I promise you it's not gonna happen. You'll be sitting on that couch 50 years from now complaining. I'm telling you, it ain't gonna happen. Ruth and I wanted a house when we had a 1-bedroom apartment. So bad. We had other friends who had nice houses. Some of them had new houses. And we wanted a house. But we kept pushing. We kept saying, one day we're gonna have this, one day we're gonna have that. But what if we were never in the situation that really pulled out greatness from us? Greatness gets pulled out. Ask Jackie Robinson. Greatness sometimes gets pulled out. So sometimes, don't just sit back complaining all the time about everything. I promise you it's not gonna get you anywhere. I promise you. And if you don't believe me, just keep sitting back and complaining, and then I'll check with you in about 20 years and see what happened. You gotta get up and do something. And as we're walking on this slave trail, it's just a reminder to me, okay, I'm 60, but I got more work to do. I think, where are we? Over here?
This way.
Oh, okay. How's it going, bro? Y'all doing all right?
Yes, sir.
So it's just a reminder to me, man, I'm 60, but I ain't done. I got a lot more work to do, man. I got too much to do.
Okay, this house is the former house of Emily Winfrey. And 1834 to 1919. And there, from what I can read, her slave owner, once slave was over with, he gave her the house and 100 acres. And they said records suggested, though, that he fathered her 6 children, 4 of whom were born into slavery. So her and all of her children lived in this house. And then she rented rooms for other people, 2 other people. Wow. One of the men yesterday when we were in the Waller jewelry store, and he mentioned that there was a place on the slave trail where it used to be, it was a parking lot, but I guess when they were digging, they found bones of slaves. They knew it was a enslaved burial site. And so he said they put grass over, and I believe that this is it right here. So I believe this is hallowed ground. Wow. Okay, so this would be
So this is where it was. That's Lumpkins Jail. Lumpkins Jail was owned by Robert Lumpkin, who maximized profits. They still do that today. Who maximized profits in his compound by including lodging for slave traders. It was a slave holding facility, an auction house, and a residence for his family. So he made a lot of money off the slave trade. Maybe he didn't own slaves, but he made money off of it, didn't he? So
then it says enslaved Africans refer to Lumpkins Jail as the devil's half acre.
Wow. Reflecting the despair and anger of people separated forever from their families. However, Mary Lumpkin, a black woman who was Robert's widow.
What?
Wait a minute, I'm confused.
I know.
Mary Lumpkin. So Robert Lumpkin, was he white?
Was he black?
Or black? It says, however, Mary Lumpkin, a black woman who was Robert's widow.
He had to be. He had to be black, because you're not going to find a black man back that time married to. A white man married to a black woman. He was black.
So who was Robert's widow? Was it boosted post-Civil War black education when, in 1867, she rented the complex to a Christian school, which evolved into Virginia Union University.
Wow.
So that's where Virginia Union comes from. Interesting. Huh. All right. I thought the other place was the burial ground, but I think this is the burial ground we're going to now. Historic burial ground and Lumpkins Slave Jail preservation site. A place of contemplation and reflection. Please do not use grounds for recreational sports and activities. So it's sacred grounds. And I think this was the parking lot Ruth was talking about. Used to be a parking lot, and someone found out that bones were buried here. So they removed the parking lot and planted grass back down here. And I think it's all of this lawn here. This is actually a burial ground. Buried over here, I
Or
guess.
just died, period. They're not going to have a special burial. They're not going to.
You can see where people brought flowers. There were flowers here, and they laid them out. Look, Ruth. Ruth, there's a yam. Because yams were in Africa.
Yeah.
So this is a burial site. Right next to the slave trail. Richmond's African Burial Ground. You can see a lot of people they burn candles. I don't know what that one is. That's some eggs or something in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, some other stuff going on there. I don't know what that is. Here's some things here also. Poster someone created. African Burial Ground. Items that people left behind for the ancestors, I guess.
This burial ground also was the site of the town gallows where Virginia's young freedom fighting hero, Gabriel of the nearby Prosser plantation, was executed on October 10th, 1800, for his role in attempting to lead a mass rebellion against slavery. Courageously, Gabriel planned a coup against Virginia's government. Wow.
Wow. So he was hung here.
Yes. Yes.
Well, the gravesite was.
Yes.
Okay.
Say like a Kanye, and they go, "Oh, we just made a choice to stay in the slavery, and we just did it." It's so ignorant. It just really offends me because, slaves were constantly, I would say not slave, the enslaved were constantly fighting, running, doing whatever they could to get out of slavery.
Right.
Actually, that's why they had the Fugitive Slave Act in 1850. So that it could legally recatch the slaves and those who had run away to bring them back. The Fugitive Slave Act. It was in 1850.
Right.
And I forget the name. I'll have to look it up. But there was a name that they called it. They said it was a disease for an enslaved person to want to be free. It was like a mental illness that they had. They called it because they wanted to be free and ran and fought.
They were not, the word is, they were not passive. They were not passively being enslaved. They were trying to figure out how to get out.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, yes.
All right, we went down a little bit further in the burial ground and we found this. Someone created a monument, and there's a different monument someone created in memory of African ancestors and symbolizing the spiritual resurrection of a liberated and inspired people. We're leaving the burial ground now. It was a sense of contemplation and reflection. I could tell Ruth was really reflecting. And you have to experience it to get the feel of what our ancestors possibly went through. And so you just experienced an African burial site where a lot of enslaved individuals, Africans who were buried there for various reasons. Some were tortured, some died because of probably malnutrition, probably a host of things. I believe that was more like a potter's field, what they would call a potter's field, where you just bury anybody there. And so if you were of African descent during that time, and and you came through this area and you happen to die, that's probably where they buried you. All right, we've had a long morning today, and so we haven't had anything to eat. What time is it, Ruth?
1:30.
1:30. We haven't had anything to eat, so we figured we'd better get something to eat.
We practically fasted today.
Practically. Yeah, practically fasted. So give me a thumbs up if you like the tour of the African burial site here in Richmond. Give me a thumbs up if you like that. And comment, throw a comment in there. What do you think about it? Everything that Ruth and I spoke on just a few moments ago.
You crossing?
Yeah.
Ooh. We're jaywalking.
Yeah.
Jaywalking.
J to the walk. So what kind of place is this? I hope it's good.
No. Some kind of something.
Buttermilk and
Buttermilk
honey.
and honey. Fried chicken.
Fried chicken.
So we'll see.
Yeah, I guess so.
Did you eat some fried green tomatoes or you eat those?
Yeah, that's good. Sounds good to me.
We need after my birthday today, man. Just kind of help.
I don't even carry change. I don't carry cash anymore, bro. We quit doing that. You want something to eat?
Yeah,
I'll buy you something to eat if you want something to eat. I don't have a problem with that. Yeah. Yeah, I don't carry cash, man.
Yeah.
And I don't carry cash.
Okay.
So, yeah, just get what you want. Since it's your birthday, get what you want.
There's hot fries, fried green tomatoes, and they have the different sandwiches.
chicken.
Yes, it's all.
It's good to be a blessing to other people when you
And
can.
then that.
Crew, remember that. Forever Fly crew, just trying to help this brother out. He wanted some money so he could get
Okay.
something to eat, but I told him
Wanna
I'd
add
just pay
something to
for
it?
it.
Mac
be a
and
whole lot
cheese,
easier.
collard greens,
And I don't know
fries,
what he
and-
might do with the money anyway, so.
Did you decide
All
what
right,
you wanted?
so we're ordering now, right? Okay.
Yeah. All right. Okay, I'm gonna get the fried chicken salad.
So what did you want me to get?
Wait a minute. Look at this. I'm
Fried chicken
pleased.
salad? Yeah.
Smoky honey.
I don't want that.
Banana pudding cookie.
You don't want
Yeah,
that.
forget about
We can get some dessert somewhere else.
Yeah.
We're waiting on our food now. Ruth got me something to eat, and I'm so appreciative. But hey, just want to say this real quick, guys. I have a rule. My family has a rule that if a person asks us for money, we don't give out money. But if a person wants something to eat, we're going to make sure we get something to eat. Nobody should go hungry. Right? I teach my son that, Matthew. I think he did it when he was in Cincinnati or something. Somebody came up to him and wanted something to eat, and he bought them a meal. So, but no, I don't give out money. I don't give out money. But I'll never sit back and watch somebody be hungry. It's not gonna happen. Even last night, on a lighter note, I was at home chilling. We was relaxing. Ruth was reading a book. And then about 8:30, U of L basketball came on, and Ruth called my name, and I said, "Yes, dear." She says, "I would like to have something to eat."
I'm
I
pretty
said,
sure
"Sure,
you
dear."
came and asked me
Or did I
if I
ask?
was hungry.
See? Speaks even more to my character. Speaks even more to my character. I asked her, was she hungry? And she said yes. So, I don't know the city. It's dark, Friday night. People out partying. Streets are crowded. You got your passer out there with no glasses. Driving on one-way streets in the wrong direction.
Did you? Last night?
Slightly for a hot second till I saw the sign.
That's because you didn't have me to tell you what to do. Bam. Bam.
Okay.
But go ahead.
And so I went and got her something to eat, and brought it home. Everything was kosher.
And missed the game, had to pause the game and everything.
Yep, pause
But
the
you
game.
didn't miss much since we lost by what? How much?
Yeah, we got beat up pretty good. That's all right. We needed a good butt whipping. Kansas beat us in the preseason game. That's okay. It exposes your weaknesses before you get into really playing. So it was good. Hopefully they can correct it, the mistakes.
I hope so.
But either way, but the point is never sit back when you have and allow someone else to be hungry. That's a no-go. That's a no-go. Ruth, this time we've had in Richmond has been really refreshing for me. Just hanging out with you, just you and I. We hadn't been able to do this in a little while, and I think we're gonna have to do it a little more often because everybody needs a time of refreshing, especially in relationships. When you're in a relationship, it's not good just to go week after week after week after week after week after week doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, and you have someone in your life that you love. You have to break away from time to time to show that person how much you love, so the two of you can just be together and bond, because society and the world has a way of indirectly loosening the bond because you're just busy, and the bond that you have, it's there, but it can become loose because the relationship is not being tended to. Ooh, secret sauce. Secret sauce. You must tend to your relationships. If I'm not mistaken, can you look on your phone really quick, the word tend? What does that mean? Because I'm looking for the definition that deals with managing, working, something good. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's the right word. You should tend to your relationships. It could be a father and a son. It could be a mom and a daughter, right? Tend to relationships. And I think I'm using it in the old school way. You know, like tend the garden or whatever. But that's the secret sauce. Ruth, I'm going to let you chime in on that and give your perspective on the importance of tending to relationships. Because we talk a lot about relationships on this channel. Not just husband and wife, but friends, sons, fathers, moms, daughters. The importance of tending to relationships. And we talk about this every so often. But
I think anything that's important, you're going to tend to it, give it attention, right?
that's good.
And I always say that's why, even in friendships, you know, like on Facebook, you know, they say I got all these friends on Facebook, but you really don't, because anything that is important to you, has to have attention. And you have to spend time with it. If you're going to tend your garden, that means that you're going to till the grass, you're going to pull up the weeds, you're going to water it, you're going to put the stuff down to help make it grow. You're going to do all those things. So it's the same with your relationships. So that's why you can't have all these, you know, friendships. That's why you can't have more than one partner. Because, you know, when you tend to something, you know, it takes time. And if you're supposed to have this thing over here that you're tending to, but then you also got this over here, then that's taking time away and you're splitting. So anything that is worth tending to is worth your time, your efforts to put in it to make it better, to help it grow, to what's the word I'm looking for that you put down? Fertilizer. You know, to fertilize it, to do all those things that you need to do. So whether that's with your spouse or with your friendships or with your children, can't just sit your kids in front of a TV. You have to spend time with them. Whether that's playing games or books or going to the library or, just doing nothing, going for a walk and having a talk. That is something my son and I have been doing recently, is going out in mornings, early in the morning, and going for a walk. It's for health-wise, but it's also time for us to spend, and we get a chance to talk about things, and I get to hear his point of view, and he gets to hear mine. So it's deepening that relationship. So you do have to have that time to pull away. Oh, that's us.
Yeah, that's okay.
Shoot.
I brought it in like the waiters do.
Thank you for the food we're about to receive. Make a wholesome and nourishing until our bodies will give you thanks and praise today. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Okay, here's my sandwich. It has what on it, Ruth?
Bacon, pimento cheese.
Bacon, pimento cheese, and something else.
Pimento cheese must be something down there.
And greens. Actually, greens. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah. Pimento cheese must be something down here. 'Cause
Yeah.
we keep seeing that on everything.
Fried green tomatoes once again. Good lunch. Good lunch. Hit the spot. So where we headed, Ruth?
Back to our apartment, and then I'm going to see if I can contact that woman, see if I can talk to her son, and if he's not available, or if he's unwilling, even though the house is empty.
But it's his house.
I know.
He can do whatever you want to do with
I
his
know,
house.
that's fine. Hey, and that's fine if he's unwilling.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with your statement, but it makes it sound like
He has a choice.
he's incorrigible.
He does. He has a choice. He can say,
But you
right,
make it sound like
if he's unwilling to say
Right.
you can go through this house,
True.
then I'm gonna go to an antique mall.
Oh, you're trying to go through the house today. Jesus Christ. See what? It's Saturday. People have lives. She's just going to call somebody up on a Saturday after, and it's like 2:30, 3 o'clock.
If he says tomorrow, I'll go tomorrow.
What? I don't believe this.
But I don't know if I'm gonna be able to ever be back down here again. And so if this is my opportunity to walk in a space where she lived, and I don't care that nothing is in the house. I just want to be able to see it. Because
Well,
I
you
don't
saw
know
it.
if I'll ever, from the outside, from 40 feet away. But if I could get in there to be able to stand on the floor where she stood. Don't y'all agree with me? I know you do.